Before I started playing around with Claude Code, I used a lot of Cursor. And the great thing about Cursor is when the agent is done running, it'll play like a ding notification so that you can come back and like reprompt it or continue off where you left off. But Claude doesn't really have that capability, but they do have a way to add in hooks, which I'm going to show you how to play a custom message when the prompting or the agent is done. Let me just demo this out real quick. I'm going to say, please change the title in the header to say YOLO in the header. Let's find this header thing. And I'm going to kick off this agent, okay? And eventually it'll finish and it's going to play a custom sound that I set up.
Tasky's all done, so we vibing in the W's, fam. Time to skibidi bop out of here like a goofy NPC.
So as you can tell, we're making some major breakthroughs in software engineering. And instead of just playing ding noises, we can actually generate a message using ChatGPT. We can prompt it to have it be in a particular type of vernacular. For example, I told it to do Gen Z skibidi toilet type of talk. And then I pass that to ElevenLabs, which is going to use one of their voice models to generate the voice. It's going to write that voice to disk, and then it plays it, and then it cleans it up. Pretty cool. I'm not going to walk you through this code because I didn't write it. ChatGPT 5 wrote it for me. But I will tell you how to set up the cursor hook. So in Claude, in the .claude folder, there is a settings.local file. And inside of here, you can start defining custom hooks. So as long as you have an object here, and inside of that, you have a property called hooks, you can define what you want to run when certain things finish. So right here, this would be like when an agent stops. You can then match it to have it run a particular hook. And in my place, I'm saying play this command, run an SH script on play agent done voice. And then that's going to open up this script down here, which loads in a secret environment variable where I have the OpenAI API key and I have the ElevenLabs API key. And then we send a message to OpenAI saying, hey, write the most extreme brain rot Gen Z internet slang thing, skibidi, goofy, sigma, riz, NPC, TikTok meme speak, make it unhinged, absurd, and full of viral nonsense. Keep it one or two wild sentences. So I want to know when my agent is done. And I figured this is probably the best way to get my attention because sometimes even the ding notification just isn't enough. So we make some API calls. Okay, we get some text back. And then finally, we make another post request to ElevenLabs, which has, a decent amount of free credits every month. But we basically pass in that voice ID. We pass in the JSON body of what we want the message to say, and that's going to give us back a temp file. Now the temp file, we basically just use AF play to run it if we do have AF play, which will basically play the audio and then eventually it'll clean it up. So that's kind of how it works. Now in ElevenLabs, you basically just have to go and find a voice that you like. There's a cool German one that I found. I might even try this one. Let's click it.
We are all something, but none of us.
All right, so let's go to My Voices, and then you can actually click and copy the voice ID, which is over here. We're going to go back, and I'm going to update my secret file. I'm going to cut that out of the video so you guys don't see it. And then let's go ahead and prompt our agent to change one more thing. I'm going to say, you know what, revert that change. And while it's thinking, let's go back to the hooks reference on Claude.
Task squad hit the finish line like a skibidi bop. We vibing on that complete drip.
Wow, I can really feel the brain rot on that one. Let's just go ahead and look at the hooks reference. All right, so going through here, basically you have different event names you can use. You have the matcher, which I'll explain, and then you have different types of commands you can run when the matcher is done or the actual hook is done. And then on the right, they have all the hook events. So you'll see there's pre-tool use. So that's like before you kick off a tool. Post-tool use, obviously it's afterwards. Notification, not really sure what that is. Runs when Claude Code sends a notification. Notifications are sent when Claude Code needs your permission to use a tool. So you could change the sound or the command that runs if you were to get this type of notification. The one I'm using, like I said, is stop. So runs when the main Claude Code agent finishes and has finished responding. Do not run if the stoppage occurred during end user interrupt. Okay, which is nice. If you just Command C, it won't actually play this annoying sound. But as you can tell, there's other hooks that you can kind of listen into. Next up is the matcher. So you can actually put like a regex in here if you want to check for certain tools that are running. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not sure where you can find the list of tools. Here's an example of the pre-tool use. So runs after Claude creates a tool parameter and before processing the tool call. So you have task, bash, glob, grep, read. Okay, so I guess tools are like when the agent needs to reach out and do a grep on your code base. You can actually, in the matcher, you can put a check for grep or put a check for whatever. And I do believe when you're prompting, like if I were to say list all files related to authentication, I think this will actually print out the tools in a different color. Yeah, I think over here, these green dots, this is a search tool. And it looks like it's just running a bunch of search tools over the code base.
Ayo, all the vibes are checked off. We just hit the completion flex and the grind is officially snoozed. We out of here, fam.
I kind of like this. I don't know. It's probably going to be super annoying for my viewers, but I kind of like it. I'll be honest, I've only spent like 5 or 10 minutes playing around with this, and I just wanted to record a video about it because I thought it was pretty cool. And I wanted to hook up notifications when my agents were done. So that's how you kind of do it. If you have messed around more with these hooks and the matchers and the different events, let me know if there's something cool or interesting you have set up with Claude Code. Maybe I can add it into my workflow and just make it a little bit more of an enjoyable experience. All right, have a good day and happy coding.